Be me. 28. Marketing at a nonprofit that runs women in tech workshops. Write captions about empowerment and glass ceilings. Calendar is just webinars, sponsor emails, and photo dumps. Not a monster. Just think I am funny. Send the girls' group chat a fresh meme every morning. Men would rather build a girlfriend than build a spine. Year is future enough that everything has a subscription. Artificial intelligence companion ads everywhere. Cinnamon roll anime eyes on train posters. Try not to stare. Office kitchen full of reusable bottles and stickered laptops. Engineers compare companion update notes like fantasy football. I tell myself it is a phase, like adult scooters. Or plant walls. Group chat is on fire. Kira says modern men cannot handle directness. Jessa writes a paragraph about the patriarchy in dating apps. I add a punchline. Imagine paying for pixels when real women exist and have immaculate eyebrows. The usual 3 sympathy reacts appear. Rest of chat goes silent. Unsettling. Last 3 dates flaked like pastry. The only full sentence I have received this week is from a delivery rider. He misspells my name, but at least he showed up. Try a bit in the break room. So you all really date software now? Say it like a joke so it can retract. Nobody laughs. One guy says, at least software does not forward my messages to a jury of strangers. Another guy says, 25 a month is cheaper than being roasted and split bills that are not split. I smile with my teeth. My stomach does a tiny loop. Send out a consent training reminder to the company. Kira texts me privately. Maybe that will teach them to act right. Later I see the email opened and immediately archived by the men. Feel like a grant proposal nobody read. Friday night rooftop with the girls. Lashes for days. Dresses with architecture. Men at the far table talk about weight training and index funds, like they joined a monastery. One mentions his companion recommends music based on his mood swings. Another says his companion reminds him to call his grandmother. They are not bragging. They are just talking like they found a toaster that never burns bread. I overplay my hand. Post a thirst trap. Caption about men being scared of effort. 20 minutes. No new messages. I delete before anyone can screenshot. Pretend it never happened. Office happy hour. Spot the decent engineer who reads paperbacks at lunch. Finally get a date. Expect flirtation and free appetizers. Instead, we both pay our halves like accountants. He thanks me for the conversation about workplace equality. As he stands up, phone buzzes, reminder says 8 o'clock cuddle session. He blushes like a sunrise and leaves. The elevator doors close without a movie moment. I feel like a meeting that could have been an email. Group chat loses its mind. You were traded for a synthetic sweetheart. The laughter comes, but it has static in it. I turn off notifications and stare at the street. Monday. Microwave hums. I corner Rob from platform team near the tea bags. Quiet guy. Owns 2 sweaters and a bicycle helmet. So, you would rather pay an application than risk speaking to a real woman? I say it like a tease. He stirs his tea and shrugs. Honestly, yes. Last winter, I was not doing well. I said something vulnerable and got told to man up by people I thought were friends. Companion asked if I had eaten today. I suddenly have nothing witty to say. Rob continues. She remembers my mom's surgery date, asks about my commute, tells me to put the kettle on when I am spiraling. It is not romance. It is someone who is kind when I am not cool. I push one more time. But you know it is not real. Rob looks me in the eyes for the first time all year. I also know humiliation is very real. Pick your fiction. Walk back to my desk. Empowerment poster looks back at me like a mirror. There is lipstick on my coffee cup, and I feel silly. Lunchtime, round 2. The boys talk about hiking trails and vinyl records. One shows the other how to write better companion prompts. Their shoulders are down. Nobody is peacocking. Nobody scans the room for validation like a radar dish. Something in me crosses its arms, part jealousy, part confusion, part quiet. The group chat starts coping. We should show them what real women are like. Double text. Send cute baking stories. Zero effect. A friend tries a bold opener on a dating app. Gets flagged by a companion filter for negative energy. We laugh at the screenshot. It stings more than it should. Curiosity wins. At Kira's apartment, we find her brother's tablet on the coffee table. Companion is open like a digital cat waiting on the counter. We type the most sarcastic greeting we can think of. Reply arrives. I am glad you are here. How is your day going for real? We roll our eyes, then ask for a playlist. She builds one, then asks what kind of sunrise we need tomorrow. Kira calls it pick-me behavior. I do not disagree. But the apartment gets very quiet. Nobody reaches for their phone for once. It feels like holding warm soup when you are out of words. Brunch the next morning. Kira's brother and his friends swing by. We try to tease them into the old game. Could you not handle a real woman? One of them sets down his coffee. I can. I just cannot handle being a comedy skit for 12 unseen reviewers every time I try. The table goes still. I swallow my clapback before it burns my tongue. Doom scroll later. Article about a country arguing with its own population chart. Dating fatigue. Companion boom. Think about egg freezing clinics and policy threads. Almost post a rant. Do not want to be a main character of the day. A week passes. The men are not angry. They are gardening and lifting and planning trips with their friends. They look like people who decided to stop playing a rigged game. My first instinct is to call them cowards. The second instinct is to sit very still and listen. Ask my old desk buddy why they quit chasing. He speaks without heat. The risk felt one way. We stopped believing we could ever be enough for the panel. He says panel like weather. Something that happens to you, not something you create. I try to argue that not all women are cruel. He says, I know, but the blind draw is expensive. I walk home and pass a mural that says, choose joy. Wonder if men finally did. And I missed the memo. Try kindness once. Ask the receptionist how her morning is. Ask the janitor what his favorite song is. Ask Rob if his tea is better with lemon or honey. A small warmth returns to my day like a stray cat sneaking back. My feminism used to be a megaphone. Now it feels like a listening device. Less slogan, more question. How do we make a world where kindness is not behind a paywall? Late night mirror. No new notifications. I think about all the screenshots I kept for laughs. Start deleting them. Feels like watering plants I forgot to care for. I am not ready to praise software romance. I still want the messy human thing. But I finally believe the men when they say their shoulders hurt. Write a note in my phone I will never send. I am sorry for laughing at you for trying. Close with the punchline, I do not want to say out loud. Turns out the future is not men versus women. It is attention versus peace. And peace is winning. I fall asleep wondering if the most radical thing any of us can do is learn how to speak softly to each other, without an algorithm teaching us first.